Do now is just take a little walk in the churchyard and see if we can find something else to paint. I want to look at the trees here. It's just so gorgeous, isn't it? I've just been painting. Let's go down here. Beautiful compositions here. You can see what I mean about these beautiful bluebells and the blue, the more ultramarine blue of them against the forget-me-nots, which is lovely, isn't it? Well, I'm here with some Canford paper today at Elsham Church. Beautiful, and this beautiful sea of forget-me-nots here, which is quite complicated to do because you don't want to be painting a sea in the middle of the churchyard, do we? But there's some other things to come back to here as well, with the cherry blossoms and things. So I'm going to have a go at a pastel of this one, but with more of a traditional technique of blocking and blending, which I wasn't able to do on the last paper. So this will be interesting for you to see how we can work up the more traditional methods. A nice set of pastels, some Canford paper, and we're going to block and blend on this lovely scene here, making the most of these lovely strong bluebells in the foreground here, which are a much more ultramarine blue than the ceruleans and turquoises in the background. It's lovely places to work. Okay, well here we are again, the dog and I, about to start a pastel here. And I'll take you right the way through it, block and blending, the old English method, in this lovely churchyard of Elsham. May come back here later to do one of the cherry trees with acrylics, we'll see. So I want to get in these lovely bluebells at the front here and squeeze in this lovely bunch of bluebells. So, how am I going to start off with this? Well, I'm going to start off with literally a sea of blue. I'm going to work into that and then work one into the other. So, into just my pastel, and I'm going to block in these shapes and then come back and blend them. Which blue is which? I've got to be very subtle in between my blues here. Going to work. See, I'm blending straight away with this pastel. Last time I couldn't with that other paper. It wasn't going to allow me to block and blend like this. It would have got, the bike would have got filled very quickly. I'm working on the smooth side of this cancel. There. Round into here. Right down to here. There's nothing in the sky up there. I want a different blue again. Lighter one, isn't it? I'm going to start adding other colours onto that, almost like glazes. Now when you touch a pastel it kills it, so my last coats want to be nice and fresh. These are just my preliminary coats. When I put my last coats on, I'm going to be leaving nice fresh pastel in one coat. As I'm doing now, that's going to be one of my last coats. I just need to go over that with a little bit of pink, very, very lightly. Warmth in that sky, a fraction more. Just a little layer on the surface. I'm not touching it now at all, I'm just using the pure pastel to give me this lovely glow here. And that pink will play against the other colours. And here quite differently, we're going to have a bit of that pink coming in and across these flowers, yes. Lose this paper texture. A little bit of the brown showing, but not too much. I'm just going to use the surface of the paper just to indicate these bits of light. As the light comes across these flowers. I'll put a bit of texturing on later. We'll do loose first and gradually tighten up. Loose and then tighter and tighter gradually. We can finish as tight as we want that way. I don't want, as I say, I don't want to end up with a sea of blue. Yes, it is a bit like that, but that's not what we want to end up with. We want to end up with the effect of these flowers. It's not going to be that easy. I'm going to block and blend at first, and then come back in. Lovely scene to do. It's out here, the sun shining smack onto me, but it's been a bit chilly, but now it's not so bad. Not so bad at all. Start doing a little bit of texture now. I shan't be smudging this anymore, I don't think. A little tiny bit here and there. This is really now to start getting the feel of these flowers as they come down. I'm going to put the greens in amongst these. So I'll bring the greens into the blue and the blue into the greens. Now let's start looking at those greens. Bit of base green in there. Start with the darker greens. I'm going to use that deep green for the basics of the tree. Blend that right in again, coming into here, as the green comes into the flowers, right down to here. I'm going to be blending and putting lighter colours in later. Side of the pastel, you see I've taken off the paper of the pastels because I must work with the sides of this as well. I can't just do little dots and dashes. I I've got to work with the sides as well as the tip. And we're going to play rough against smooth, cool against warm. So I'm just starting now to build up some of these grass shapes into here. Locking where my lights and darks are a bit now. Starting to get several layers on, and I'm not going to get more on very easily, so I've just got to rub them well in at the moment to be able to put my final colours over the top. Very light purple now, just taking it across the surface. Going to come up through this tree as well. Probably about time to start looking at some of the lights and the darks. Let's look at the darks first. Work one over the other as I go along here. Light over dark, dark over light, warm against cold. Hint on the surface of the paper. Some of these background lights that are just catching through make more sense as I go along. Over the top of these, so this will be my sort of final coats of these. I won't be able to put much more on onto these particular shapes. Start to hit our greens, because we haven't really played with these greens at all yet. To really make these shine out back here. I'm going to use the cooler greens first against this tree. Blending here and there as it goes into the background. Suddenly this thing starts to come to life. This is a mid-green, we're not using our lightest greens yet, we're saving those. Push the cools back into the background a bit more yet. Haven't finished there yet. I'm working more texturally now. I'm not blocking and blending anymore. I'm doing the details and working up the textures. Oh, taken about an hour so far. It's not too bad. These gravestones to play against the blues. The light changes constantly, so I'm having to change it on here at the same time. hope you're enjoying this. It's very pleasurable for me, of course, but if you can just see how I enjoy it, maybe you'll be able to persuade yourselves to go out and have a go and make a mess like me and maybe turn up with something worthwhile. Can't do all the little dots and dashes, and I don't intend doing them all. I want to give the feeling of it here. It's no longer a blue sea, at least. That's what we don't want, is this effect of turning into water, but it's not, it's these flowers. So they're almost looking like bluebells all over. If I'm not careful, I've got to be careful about that. I don't want that to happen. We've got the very deep purple I want. That's better. Push these other little blue flowers back and hopefully bring out the bluebells. Now I can start to use these pure colours that I haven't done. Textures and so on back here. Hands full of pastels now. Too many in one hand. I don't need that. Just let these oranges worked out as the sunlight hits back here. Lovely colours back here. Into these deep, rich reds. Really look for these colours that are reflecting. They come down. Late afternoon light, so it's only 2 o'clock, but we're moving on. Do you think we're nearly there? I think we probably are. There we are, cacophony of colour and texture, gradually built up. It's these last colours that we're just trying to pull together that can make or break it, make such a difference to it. Happy then, doggy? Good dog, honey dog. Yes, go soon, won't we? Now we can see it in sunlight, which is totally different to where I was painting it, but it's still quite effective. And you can see how we can build up a very textural and detailed picture from loose to tight, stopping when we want.